What is up? I'm Nick, and today we're going to do a little review of the Fujifilm GFX 50S 2. And I know what you might be thinking. Nick, didn't they just release the new GFX 100 Mark II? They're actually calling it the second, which is weird, but kind of cool. Anyway, yes they did, but I don't have that. So I'm going to talk about what I do have and what I do have extensive experience with. And if you like me talking about things that I actually have experience with, hit that like button and subscribe for more videos in the future. Oh, and if you like this shirt, you can actually get one from the link down below. Very high quality blank. It's this graphic I designed and created myself. I know, I'm very proud of myself. So if you like what you see, support the channel anyway. Enough of that shameless plug. I've been on and off with the GFX 50S 2 for, I want to say about a year and a half, almost 2 years now. And I have to say, this is one of my favorite cameras I've ever used. And I've used a lot of cameras. I have an extensive camera history. I've owned probably about half a dozen Canons. I've owned a couple of Sonys. I've owned Panasonic. I've even owned a Leica. But the Fujis get me. I love the Fujis. Recording with a Fuji. Got this X-T5 right here that we'll talk about in another video. And also the GFX 50S 2. Love them. What do I love about the GFX 50S 2? Well, as you may be able to see from the images popping up on your screen, this thing produces insanely high quality images. They are like no other. Well, I guess you could say they're sort of like the Hasselblad, because they also make a medium format camera with this same sensor. It's same but different. They have their color science, Fuji has their color science, and they're drastically different from one another. And if you're a Fuji fan, boy or girl, or whatever you identify as, then you might really be interested in the film simulations. And this one has all of the film simulations except for the one that just released today. And today is when the new GFX was announced. But it has all of them. I'm pretty partial to using nostalgic native. I like that for a lot of things. I like using Astia for some stuff. And every once in a while I use the Pro Neg High. Also, I do like the Acros black and white. I love black and white. The black and white that comes out of this thing is fantastic. If you don't shoot black and white, I mean, you might not get it. It's not your thing. I know black and white is not super popular, but I love the black and white that comes out of this camera. It's phenomenal. Another thing I like about this camera that is probably uncommon is the video. The video that comes out of this camera, it only goes up to 1080p, 30 frames per second. I know those are all bad words to you all, but I've used this whenever I don't have another camera and I want to get a quick clip of a non-moving subject. I'll whip it out, I'll use it, and it actually looks amazing. It's some of the best looking video I've ever shot, and it's 1080. Naturally, on the GFX 100, the 100S, and the new 102, you get 4K and other fancy, a lot better quality video on those. But for the 50S2, you get 1080p, and it actually looks pretty good if, for whatever reason, you choose to use it. Also, for what it is, the camera's not that heavy. Right now I have the 32 to, what is it? 32 to 64 lens on here. It's a decent weight, but my old Leica SL2S was heavier. My old Canon R5 was way heavier. I had the R5 with the 28 to 70 f2 lens. That thing was insanely heavy. And I actually dropped that camera once with that lens attached, and it left a hole in the ground where it fell, and it fell on concrete, to give you an idea of how heavy that thing was. Somehow it still worked perfectly fine after that. But in 2023, would I recommend you pick up the GFX 50S 2 over one of the 100 cameras or even a Hasselblad camera? I'll say like this: if you want a brand new camera, this price point is pretty unbeatable. It is frequently on sale. You can get the body only for, I believe, $3,200 right now. That's pretty insane of a deal for what you're getting. Like, I mean, I'll say this: you're not gonna shoot sports. You're not gonna shoot anything super fast. You're not gonna. You can't really rely on the continuous autofocus on this camera, is what I'll say. And the autofocus in the video is literally like, you set it and you leave it and you don't touch it again. But if you just want super high quality images with a very unique look, yeah, I would say get it. It's a great price, brand new. It's a better price used, and I highly recommend it. But if you can afford a GFX 100 or 100S, or even the brand new 100 Mark II, no brainers, get one of those. Did I cover everything? I did cover everything. If you appreciate the very honest review, straight to the point, then hit that like button, subscribe, buy a shirt, and I hope to see you next time.